Well, we're back at the makeover home, Mo, and doesn't it look fantastic? Now, when Tara, Adam and I were here, we really transformed this bland, dry deck into something that's a beautiful outdoor room. And I tackled the area down here, hiding the ugly goings-on underneath the deck. But by doing that, I created the next job, which is this pathway between the deck and the shed. But I guarantee you, if you've got a house and a block of land, you've got a path somewhere, whether it be for access to your bins or just getting a wheelbarrow into the backyard. And I'm going to show you how you can build a path that's pretty, practical, and its price point is perfect. All right, so what I'm going to build is a little path out of sleepers. It'll look like a boardwalk. So to get it nice and straight, I'm going to run a string line as a guide for some treated pine rails, which will be the base for my path. So the sleepers come in 2.4 metre length. So if you could work to that, you can have next to no offcuts. What I've got here is a 1.2. I cut one in half, no waste. I put the other one at the end of this line, and I'm putting this one at the end of that line. That staggers my joints, which gives me strength. Now we're just going through with some road base and levelling them all off. The reality is, by the time I screw down all the step treads that go on top, it's going to be big and heavy, and it's going to bed in. So these sleepers are going to get chopped down and become our steppers, but I'm painting them first purely and simply because it's a lot easier on me, and it's a lot easier to do a good job. If they're in position and you had to paint every side, you'd be down on your knees, hurting your knees and your back, and you'd struggle to do a great job. Up here, you can see everything, and you're standing up straight. Now, I've just left those two bugles out a couple of centimetres so every kid in the street stubs their toe. No, I haven't. I'll push them down later on. But what they're for is to run a string line to the two screws I've put down the other end and then back up this side. So when I put every bugle in, it'll be just next to that string line, giving me a nice straight line. And when you stand here and you look at the detail of all the screws in a perfect straight line, you'll think you've got a chippy in. Well, the proof is in the pudding right there, because Hayden's 6'6", he's 240 kilos, he's built like a backyard dunny. And the deck, it hasn't moved a centimetre, and he's coming over with about 3 tonne of soil in each one of those wheelbarrows. So this here is structurally sound, considering it's next to no structure. Pretty simple planting on each side. I'm just going to put in a few Lemandra Tanicas here and there, some native violet can disperse over the whole thing, and I might even throw in a couple of these cousinets. The reason why I'm putting them in, I'm going to tell you, it's to tie that garden into this one. The reality is, I had them left over. Looks better already. With the Lemandra, it alternates from side to side. If it's here, it's definitely not on the other side, because if they grew over, you wouldn't see the path. Where if it does spill out and take up a bit of this, it doesn't matter. You can walk around it, and then this one might spill out and you can walk around it. So you zigzag through a straight path. And I threw the lily pillow at the end because it was leftovers from what we did last time, and it's better than looking at that fence. You know, there's certain jobs that you want and certain jobs you don't want. My one is the good job. Oh, sorry, mate, I didn't see you there. It's working up a sweat, mate. Just killing 2 birds with the one stone, washing down the boardwalk and also watering the plants. Now, I tell you, I reckon this is more practical and more cost-effective and easier to do than putting down steppers and laying them on mud. ties in perfectly to what we did in the first show. And I reckon this makeover house, if we keep up this kind of standard right across the board, inside and out, is going to lend to a very exciting year on Better Homes and Gardens.